Hello and welcome. I'm so glad you're here tonight. Wherever you are in the world, whatever kind of day you've had, you've found your way to this moment. And this moment is just for you. A quiet space, a gentle journey, a story told in starlight. Tonight, we're going to travel together through the universe, not in a hurry, not chasing anything, just drifting like a leaf on a calm river through the most beautiful and mysterious corners of space. We'll visit distant stars and ancient galaxies. We'll learn about worlds where diamonds fall from the sky and places where time itself moves differently. But here's what matters most. You don't need to remember any of this. You don't need to take notes or stay alert. All you need to do is rest. Let the words wash over you like waves on a shore. If sleep comes, let it come. The universe will still be here, patient and eternal, whenever you return. Before we begin, if you're enjoying these cosmic journeys, a gentle like or subscription helps others find their way here too. But no pressure. Just knowing you're here is enough. Now, let's begin. Take a deep breath in. Hold it for just a moment. And let it go. Feel your body sink a little deeper into wherever you're resting. Your shoulders, your back, your legs. Let them all grow heavy, peaceful, safe. Imagine yourself lying in a meadow on a warm summer night. The grass is soft beneath you. The air is gentle, and above you, the sky is opening up. The sun has set. The last colors of twilight are fading. And one by one, like candles being lit in a vast cathedral, the stars are appearing. You're safe here, completely safe. All the things you had to do today, all the thoughts that have been circling your mind, they can wait, they can drift away like clouds. All you need to do now is rest. Let the day fall quietly behind you. And let's begin our journey through the stars. The light from the stars you see tonight left those distant suns years ago. Some of them decades ago. Some of them centuries ago. When you look up at the night sky, you're not just looking out into space, you're looking back in time. The photons entering your eyes right now began their journey before you were born. Before your parents were born. Before your grandparents were born. They've been traveling through the dark, patient, and persistent, just to reach you in this moment. You are catching ancient light, and that light is connecting you to something vast and timeless. Something that was here long before you, and will be here long after. Let that thought settle over you like a warm blanket. You are part of something infinite. Every atom in your body was forged in the heart of a star. The calcium in your bones, the iron in your blood, the oxygen you're breathing right now. All of it was created billions of years ago in the blazing core of a star that lived and died long before our sun was born. When that ancient star exploded in a supernova, it scattered its elements across the cosmos, and over billions of years, that stardust gathered and collected. It formed new stars, new planets, and eventually, it formed you. You are made of star matter. You are the universe experiencing itself. You are cosmic, ancient, connected to everything. Rest in that knowledge. You belong here. Light travels at 186,000 miles per second. It's the fastest thing in the universe. Nothing can move faster than light. And yet, even at this incredible speed, light from the nearest star beyond our sun takes over 4 years to reach us. The Andromeda galaxy, our closest large galactic neighbor, is so far away that its light takes 2.5 million years to arrive. When you see Andromeda in the night sky, you're seeing it as it looked before humans walked the earth. The universe is unimaginably vast, and yet here you are, a small, precious consciousness, able to contemplate it all, able to wonder, able to dream. You don't need to understand it all. Just let the vastness hold you. Let it make your worries feel smaller, lighter. Most of the universe is empty space. Between the stars, between the galaxies, there are vast oceans of darkness and silence. If you could stand in the space between galaxies, you would see almost nothing. A few dim, distant points of light and darkness and silence. Absolute, profound silence. No sound waves can travel in space. No whispers, no echoes, just peace. Imagine yourself floating there, in that quiet, no demands, no noise, no rush. Just you in the peaceful dark, and the knowledge that somewhere far away, stars are shining, galaxies are spinning. But here, in this moment, there is only stillness. Let that stillness fill you. Let it calm every restless thought. When a star like our sun grows old, it swells up into what we call a red giant. Its outer layers expand, growing hundreds of times larger than they were before. It becomes so large that if our sun became a red giant, it would swallow Mercury, Venus, and possibly Earth. But this isn't violent. It's slow, graceful, like a flower opening. The star burns cooler now, glowing red and orange instead of yellow or white. It's entering its twilight. It's time of rest. Eventually, the star will gently release its outer layers into space, creating beautiful clouds of glowing gas called planetary nebulae. The core will remain cooling slowly over billions of years, becoming a white dwarf, a quiet ember of what once was. Even stars rest, even stars let go, and when they do, they create beauty. Space isn't truly empty. Even in the darkest, most remote regions between galaxies, there are still a few atoms per cubic meter, mostly hydrogen, sometimes a molecule or two, cosmic dust, wandering particles, but it's so close to nothing that we call it a vacuum. And in that near nothingness, there is no weight, no pressure, no resistance, just openness. If you could float there, you would feel weightless, free. Every tension in your body would dissolve. Every heaviness would lift. You would drift, peaceful and unburdened, through the cosmic dark. Let that image relax you. Imagine that weightlessness. Imagine your worries lifting away, floating off into the void. When a massive star dies in a supernova, its core can collapse into something extraordinary, a neutron star. These are among the densest objects in the universe. A neutron star is only about 12 miles across, about the size of a city, but it contains more mass than our entire sun. A single teaspoon of neutron star matter would weigh about 1 billion tons. If you dropped it, it would fall straight through the earth. These stars spin incredibly fast, sometimes hundreds of times per second, and as they spin, they emit beams of radiation like cosmic lighthouses. We call these even in death, even in their final form, stars continue to shine, continue to signal across the void. Persistent, eternal, undiminished. You too have a light that doesn't go out. Rest in that truth. In 1990, the Voyager 1 spacecraft looked back at Earth from the edge of our solar system, nearly 4 billion miles away. From that distance, Earth appeared as a single pale blue pixel, a tiny dot suspended in a sunbeam. Everything, every person you've ever met, every place you've ever been, all of human history, all contained in that one pixel of light. Carl Sagan said it reminded him how precious Earth is, how we should cherish it, how our differences seem small when seen from so far away. Tonight, let your own worries seem small too. From a cosmic perspective, most of what troubles us is fleeting, temporary, like a ripple on water. Let the universe's vastness give you permission to let go. If you had a radio telescope sensitive enough, you could detect a faint whisper of radiation coming from every direction in space. This is the afterglow of the Big Bang itself, light that has been traveling for nearly 14 billion years, stretched and cooled into microwaves. It's the oldest light in the universe, the echo of creation, a faint, persistent hum that fills all of space. Scientists call it the cosmic microwave background, but you can think of it as the universe's lullaby, the original sound, the first lightest you with Oz still humming quietly in the dark. You are being held by something ancient, something that was here at the very beginning. Let that thought soothe you. You don't need to stay awake. The story will keep flowing. The universe will keep unfolding. If sleep comes to you now, let it come. You are safe here. Let your thoughts drift like stars across a quiet sky. Let your breathing slow. Let your body rest. The cosmos is patient. It has been here for billions of years. It will wait for you. It will always wait for you. Rest now. Just rest. Scientists believe there may be more liquid water in the moons of Jupiter and Saturn than in all of Earth's oceans combined. Europa, one of Jupiter's moons, has a thick shell of ice covering a deep, dark ocean. Beneath that ice, warmed by tidal forces from Jupiter's gravity, liquid water moves in currents we can only imagine. Enceladus, a moon of Saturn, has geysers that shoot ice crystals hundreds of miles into space. These geysers come from an ocean hidden beneath the surface, an ocean that has been there, dark and quiet, for millions of years. These are worlds of water and ice, worlds where perhaps life could exist, worlds we've never touched but can dream about. Imagine floating in one of those dark, warm oceans, weightless, peaceful, held by water that has never seen sunlight. Safe in the dark, safe in the deep. Around every star, there is a region where conditions are just right for liquid water to exist. Not too hot, not too cold. We call this the habitable zone, or sometimes the Goldilocks zone. Earth sits in our sun's Goldilocks zone, and astronomers have found thousands of other planets in their own stars' habitable zones, worlds where rain might fall, where rivers might flow, where life, perhaps, might emerge. You are on a planet that is just right, a world where water flows, where the temperature allows life, where you can breathe and dream and rest. You are in the right place, the perfect place. You belong here. Some neutron stars have magnetic fields trillions of times stronger than any magnet on Earth. We call them These fields are so powerful that if you got too close within 600 miles, the magnetar would pull the iron from your blood. But from a safe distance, magnetars are simply astonishing. Sometimes their magnetic fields shift and crack, releasing enormous bursts of energy that we can detect across the galaxy. Sudden flares of light and radiation. Even the most extreme, the most intense objects in the universe eventually quiet down. Their fields decay, their radiation fades. Everything in time finds peace. Let that thought comfort you. Even the most intense energies eventually calm. Even the brightest flares fade. Rest will come, peace will come. If you wanted to travel to the nearest star beyond our sun, Proxima Centauri, using our fastest current spacecraft, it would take about 70,000 years. The Andromeda Galaxy would take hundreds of millions of years to reach. The universe operates on timescales that make human life seem like a single breath. A heartbeat, a blink. This can feel overwhelming, or it can feel freeing. Your mistakes, your regrets, your difficult moments, they are so brief in the cosmic story, so fleeting. You are allowed to let them go. You are allowed to rest. The universe isn't judging you, it's simply holding you like it holds everything else in its vast, patient embrace. Stars come in different colors depending on their temperature. The hottest stars burn blue-white. Medium stars, like our sun, glow yellow. Cooler stars shine orange or red. If you could see them all together, blue giants, yellow dwarfs, red supergiants, it would be like looking at a cosmic garden. A field of flowers made of light, each one unique, each one beautiful in its own way. You too are unique. You too shine in your own way. You don't need to be brighter than anyone else. You don't need to burn hotter. You are exactly the right brightness, the right color, the right temperature. You are enough. Rest in that knowledge. Not all planets orbit stars. Some drift through space alone, untethered, moving through the darkness between solar systems. We call them rogue planets. They don't have a sun to warm them, no star to light their skies. They move through the void, cold and dark, following their own path, and yet they exist. They endure. They travel through the cosmos, independent and free. Sometimes it's okay to feel alone. Sometimes it's okay to move through darkness. You're not lost. You're just traveling, and you're stronger than you know. In the Eagle Nebula, there are towering columns of gas and dust where new stars are being born. These columns, photographed by the Hubble Space Telescope, are called the Pillars of Creation. They are about 5 light years tall, so large that it would take light 5 years to travel from their base to their tips. Inside these pillars, gravity is slowly pulling gas together. Clumps form, they heat up, and eventually they ignite. New stars are born. Creation is slow, birth takes time, growth is gradual. There's no rush. The universe builds slowly, patiently, with care. You too are allowed to grow slowly, to heal slowly, to rest as long as you need. If space could carry sound, the universe would be full of music. Pulsars would click and beep like cosmic metronomes. Stars would hum with the vibrations of their fusion. Black holes would sing deep, subsonic tones as they pull in matter. NASA has translated some of these vibrations, electromagnetic waves, plasma oscillations, into sounds we can hear. And they're beautiful, strange, otherworldly. But in reality, space is silent, completely silent, a place of absolute quiet. Tonight, let yourself sink into that silence. Let the noise of the day fade away. Let the quiet hold you. Let it be a comfort, not a void. More than half of all stars in the galaxy aren't alone. They have a companion. Two stars orbiting each other, bound by gravity, dancing through space together. Some are close, circling each other in hours or days. Some are far apart, taking centuries to complete a single orbit, but they stay together, held by invisible forces, moving in harmony. You are not alone either, even when it feels like it. Even in your quietest moments, you are held by forces you can't always see, by connections that endure, by love that persists. You are part of something. You belong. If sleep comes now, let it come. You are safe here. The universe will keep unfolding its story. The stars will keep shining, and you can rest. Let your breathing slow. Let your thoughts drift away like leaves on a gentle stream. Let the cosmic dark wrap around you like a soft blanket. All is well. All is quiet. All is peaceful. Rest now. Just rest. On Titan, Saturn's largest moon, there are lakes and seas, but they're not made of water. They're made of liquid methane and ethane. The temperature there is so cold, minus 290 degrees Fahrenheit, that methane becomes a liquid, flowing in rivers, pooling in lakes, evaporating and forming clouds. It rains on Titan. Slow, methane raindrops fall through an orange sky. They gather in rivers, they flow to the sea, and the cycle continues. Even on a distant, frozen dwarf planet at the edge of the solar system, there's a heart. Even in the cold, even in the dark, even at the edges, there is warmth, there is love, there is beauty. You carry a heart too, and it's beautiful. Even when things feel cold, even when you feel distant, your heart is there, still beating, still worthy. In 1961, astronomer Frank Drake created an equation to estimate how many communicating civilizations might exist in our galaxy. It considers the rate of star formation, the fraction of stars with planets, the number of habitable planets per system, and so on. Different estimates give wildly different results. Maybe there are millions of civilizations out there. Maybe we're alone. We don't know yet. And that's one of the great mysteries. But here's what we do know. You exist. You're conscious. You can wonder about these things. And that itself is extraordinary. You're part of the universe wondering about itself. Rest in that miracle. On Mars, the sky is butterscotch during the day, a pale, peachy orange. But as you sunset, the sky around the sun turns blue. It's the opposite of Earth. This happens because of the fine dust in Mars' thin atmosphere. The dust scatters the red light, making the day sky orange, but near the sun, the shorter blue wavelengths shine through. Even sunsets work differently on other worlds. Even something as familiar as the end of day becomes strange and new. There are so many ways to experience things, so many perspectives, so many worlds within the world. Tonight, let your perspective shift. Let things look different. Let strangeness be beautiful. Neptune has storms too, though they're more mysterious than Jupiter's. They appear and disappear. Voyager 2 photographed one in 1989, a giant dark oval called the Great Dark Spot. But when Hubble looked in 1994, it was gone. Storms come and go, turbulence rises and falls. Nothing difficult lasts forever. Whatever storm you're in, emotional, physical, circumstantial, it will pass, it will fade, new clear skies will come. Rest while you can. Let tonight be your clear sky. Everything you can see, stars, planets, galaxies, you is made of baryonic matter, ordinary matter. Protons, neutrons, electrons, the stuff of atoms. But baryonic matter only makes up about 5% of the universe. The rest is dark matter and dark energy, invisible, undetectable, except through their effects. Most of the universe is unknown. Most of existence is mystery. And we're okay with that. We live here in our 5%, and it's enough. You don't need to understand everything. You don't need to see everything. Your small slice of existence is enough. It's sufficient. It's complete. Jupiter's moon Io is the most volcanically active body in the solar system. It has over 400 active volcanoes. Some erupt plumes of sulfur hundreds of miles high. The surface is constantly being resurfaced, covered in yellows, oranges, and reds. All this activity comes from tidal forces. Jupiter's gravity squeezes and stretches Io, generating enormous heat. Even in the most turbulent environments, there is a cause, a reason, a pattern. Nothing is random. Nothing is meaningless. Your own turbulence has causes to, and understanding that can bring peace. You're not broken, you're responding to forces. And that's okay. Some planets orbit two stars instead of one circumbinary planets. Imagine living on such a world. You would see two suns rise and set, two shadows, twice the light, twice the warmth. Or imagine the binary sunset on Tatooine from Star Wars. That's not just fiction. Worlds like that exist. Sometimes we're held by more than one thing, more than one love, more than one source of warmth. And that's beautiful. You are held by many things, many loves, many lights, even when you can't see them all. Let it all go now. Every thought, every worry, every tension, every plan. Let it all drift away like smoke on the wind, like clouds dissolving into blue sky, like stars fading into dawn. You don't need to hold on to anything right now. You can be empty. You can be free. You can be light. Just breathe. Just rest. Just exist in this gentle moment. The universe is holding you. You are safe. Between Mars and Jupiter lies the asteroid belt, and within that belt, there's a dwarf planet called Ceres. It's the largest object in the asteroid belt, but it's still small, only about 600 miles across. Ceres has bright spots on its surface, salt deposits left by ancient water that evaporated. It might have an ocean beneath its surface, kept liquid by internal heat. Even small worlds can hide oceans. Even minor objects can contain depths. You too contain depths, oceans within hidden richness. Don't underestimate your own complexity, your own value. Our Milky Way is a spiral galaxy. So is Andromeda. Spiral galaxies have beautiful arms of stars, gas, and dust that curl out from a central bulge. These arms aren't solid. They're density waves, regions where stars and gas bunch up temporarily. The material flows through the arms like cars slowing down in traffic, then speeding up again. Nothing is as permanent as it looks. Everything flows, everything moves. And that's okay. That's how things work. You two are flowing, moving through life, and the patterns you create are beautiful, even if they're temporary. Saturn is large, 95 times the mass of Earth, but it's not dense. In fact, it's less dense than water. If you could find an ocean large enough, Saturn would float. Imagine that. A giant planet large enough to hold 760 Earths, floating like a beach ball on cosmic water. Size isn't the same as weight. Presence isn't the same as burden. You can be present without being heavy. You can exist without being a burden. You are not too much. You are exactly enough. In the 18th century, French astronomer Charles Messier catalogued 110 objects in the sky, nebulae, galaxies, star clusters. He was looking for comets, and these objects kept confusing him, so he listed them to avoid them. Today, Messier's catalog is beloved. The Andromeda Galaxy is M31, the Orion Nebula is M42, the Pleiades star cluster is M45. Sometimes the things that frustrate us become the things we treasure. Sometimes what we try to avoid becomes what we return to. Your past is full of those moments. Things that seemed like obstacles but were actually gifts. Rest in that knowledge. Beyond Neptune lies the Kuiper Belt, a region of icy bodies left over from the formation of the solar system. Pluto lives here, so does Eris, Makemake, and Haumea. These are the cold worlds, the distant worlds, the forgotten worlds. But they're still part of the system, still orbiting the sun, still belonging. Even at the edges, even in the cold, you belong. You're still part of the family, still connected. Distance doesn't mean abandonment. Coolness doesn't mean rejection. You are still held. On Earth, auroras happen when charged particles from the sun interact with our magnetic field and atmosphere. The result is curtains of green, red, and purple light dancing across the polar skies. But Earth isn't the only planet with auroras. Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune all have them. Even some moons do. Everywhere in the solar system, there is light dancing in the dark. Everywhere, there is beauty emerging from interaction, from connection. You, to create beauty through your interactions, through your connections. You light up the dark for others, even when you don't realize it. Every photon carries information about where it came from. When we look at light from distant stars, we can analyze it, break it into a spectrum, and learn what elements are present, how hot the star is, how fast it's moving. Light is a messenger, a fossil, a record of distant events. And the light from your life, the things you do, the kindness you show, the presence you offer, those two are messages. Those two leave records. Those two travel far. You create light. You send messages into the universe, and they matter. Not all galaxies have beautiful spiral arms. Some are elliptical, smooth, round, featureless. They're mostly older, redder stars, less gas, less star formation, just older stars, orbiting quietly. There's a different kind of beauty there. A quieter beauty, a settled beauty. You don't always need to be dynamic. You don't always need to be creating. Sometimes it's okay to just exist, to orbit quietly, to glow with what you already have. Tonight is for that. For existing without creating. For being without doing. The universe is full of wavelengths we can't perceive. Radio waves, microwaves, infrared, ultraviolet, X-rays, gamma rays. They're all around us, passing through us, and we can't sense them directly. Most of reality is invisible to us. And that's okay. We weren't designed to perceive everything. Just enough, just our slice. You don't need to know everything. You don't need to perceive everything. Your experience, your perspective, your limited view, it's sufficient. It's complete. Rest in your limitations, they're not failures. They're features. If you're dreaming now, drifting in that soft space between wake and sleep, that's perfect. Let the images come. Let the thoughts blur. Let reality and dream merge together. There's no need to hold on. No need to stay alert. You can let go completely. The universe will keep unfolding. The stars will keep shining, and you can rest, sleep well, sleep deeply. Sleep peacefully. Some scientists wonder if life on Earth came from somewhere else. Perhaps microbes survived on meteorites, traveling through space, and seeded our planet. The idea is called pans. If it's true, then life on Earth is part of a larger story. A cosmic story. Life that travels, that breeds, that persists across the void. You too are part of a larger story. You too carry forward something precious. You too are life, persisting, adapting, continuing. You are part of the great continuity, and that is profound. A photon of light doesn't experience time due to the effects of relativity. From the photon's perspective, its entire journey, from the moment it leaves a star to the moment it enters your eye, happens instantaneously. It travels for millions of years from our perspective, but for the photon, no time passes at all. Time is strange. Experience is relative. What seems long to you might be brief from another perspective. Your difficult times won't last forever. Even if they feel eternal now, they're temporary, they will pass. Rest in that knowledge. Time is on your side. On Titan, Saturn's largest moon, methane plays the role that water plays on Earth. It evaporates from lakes, forms clouds, falls as rain, flows in rivers, and returns to the lakes. The chemistry is different, the temperature is different, but the pattern is the same. Evaporation, condensation, precipitation. The cycle continues. Patterns repeat across the universe. Cycles continui. What goes around comes around. You're in your own cycles too. Seasons of growth and rest, of activity and stillness, of waking and sleeping. Tonight is your time of rest, your time of stillness. Let the cycle continue. At the center of the sun, hydrogen nuclei are crashing together under immense pressure and temperature, fusing into helium and releasing energy. This process has been happening for 4.6 billion years, and it will continue for another 5 billion years. The sun is patient. The sun is persistent. The sun doesn't rush. You can be patient too. You can persist. You don't need to rush there, Ishtaimi. There is always time. Rest now. The work of living will continue tomorrow. Jupiter has 95 known moons. Saturn has 146 Somiati tiny, just a few miles across. Some are large, some are a bit close. Some orbit far away, taking years to complete a single orbit. Every planet is accompanied. Every system has complexity. No world stands alone. You too are accompanied. You too have complexity. You are not alone, even when you feel isolated. Rest in the knowledge that you're part of a system, part of a pattern held by invisible forces. The entire history of human civilization, all of recorded history, is less than 0.02% of the age of the universe. We're so recent, so new. And yet, in that brief time, we've looked out into the cosmos, we've asked questions, we've sought answers, we've wondered. Your life is brief too. A flicker, a moment, but it's a conscious moment, an aware moment, a moment that can look up and wonder. And that makes it precious beyond measure. From Mars, Earth is visible in the night sky. It would look like a bright blue star, with the moon nearby as a tiny point of light. You could see Earth from Mars with the naked eye. Imagine standing on Martian sand, looking up and seeing your home as a star. All of humanity, all of history, all your loved ones contained in that single blue point of light. From far enough away, everything looks peaceful. Everything looks small. Everything looks beautiful. Let that perspective bring you peace tonight. Earth's orbit isn't perfectly circular, and its axis is tilted. Because of this, solar noon, when the sun is highest in the sky, doesn't always happen at exactly 12 o'clock. Sometimes it's a few minutes early, sometimes a few minutes late. The difference is called the equation of time. It varies throughout the year. Nothing is perfectly regular. Nothing is exactly as it seems. Even time itself has variations, has irregularities. You too don't need to be perfectly regular. You don't need to operate like clockwork. Your rhythms can vary. Your patterns can shift. That's natural. That's okay. That's human. Space is cold. Not because there's cold there, but because there's almost nothing there. No molecules to carry heat. No air to warm you. In sunlight, you'd heat up. In shadow, you'd cool down. But the space itself, it's neither hot nor cold. It's empty, neutral. Sometimes emptiness is a negative. Sometimes it's just space, room, possibility. Let your mind be empty tonight. Let your thoughts have space. Let there be room for rest. You are almost asleep now. Your breathing is slow and even. Your body is heavy and relaxed. Your mind is drifting. Let it drift. Let it go. There's nothing to hold on to, nothing to figure out, nothing to remember. Just let yourself sink into sleep, into rest, into peace. The universe is vast. The night is gentle, and you are safe. Sleep now. Sleep deeply. Sleep well. In 1610, Galileo pointed his telescope at Jupiter and discovered 4 moons: Io, Europa, Ganymede, and Callisto. This was revolutionary. It proved that not everything orbited Earth. These moons, now called the Galilean moons, are large and fascinating. Europa might have life. Ganymede has its own magnetic field. Callisto is ancient and heavily cratered. Discoveries change everything. New perspectives change everything. But the universe itself remains patient, waiting to be seen. There are still discoveries waiting for you. Still new perspectives. Still wonders. But they can wait until tomorrow. Tonight, just rest. Uranus is tilted on its side. Unlike other planets, which spin like tops, Uranus rolls like a ball. Its axis is tilted 98 degrees. Scientists think a massive collision early in its history knocked it over, and yet it continues. It orbits. It has moons. It has rings. It persists despite being tilted in a way no other planet is. Sometimes we get knocked off balance. Sometimes we end up oriented differently than we expected. But we can still continue, still orbit, still exist. Your tilt doesn't define you. Your difference doesn't diminish you. You're still here, still moving, still part of the pattern. Cosmic rays are high-energy particles that zip through space at nearly the speed of light. They come from supernova, from black holes, from distant corners of the universe. They pass through you right now. Billions of them. Every second, invisible, harmless, connecting you to distant cosmic events. You are constantly in contact with the universe, constantly touched by distant stars, constantly connected. Even alone in the dark, you are not isolated. The cosmos is with you, in you, through you. Space has no smell. There's no air to carry odor molecules, but astronauts who have performed spacewalks report that their spacesuits, when they bring them back inside, smell metallic. Sweet, like burning metal or welding fumes. That's the smell of space dust, of the void, of the great beyond clinging to their suits. Even the absence of something has a presence. Even emptiness has a quality. Even silence has a sound. If you listen closely enough, rest in the absence. Rest in the quiet. Let the emptiness be peaceful. Both Voria spacecraft carry a golden record a phonograph record containing sounds and images from Earth, music, greetings in 55 languages, pictures of humans and animals and landscapes. It's a message in a bottle sent into the cosmic ocean, a way of saying, we were here, we existed, we reached out. You two are a message. You two are a record of this time. Your existence matters. Your presence is recorded in the lives you touch. Rest, knowing you have made a mark, you have mattered. Occasionally, Venus passes directly between Earth and the Sun. From our perspective, Venus appears as a small black dot crossing the Sun's face. This is called a transit of Venus. They're rare. They come in pairs, 8 years apart, with more than a century between pairs. The last one was in 2012. The next won't be until 2117. Rare things are precious. Brief alignments are special. Your life is one of those rare transits. A brief moment when circumstances align to create you. You are rare. You are precious. You are a once-in-a-century event. If you compressed the entire history of the universe into a single year with a Big Bang on January 1st, here's what would happen. The Sun and Earth form in early September. Life appears in late September. Dinosaurs show up on December 25th. Humans appear at 11:52 p.m. on December 31st. All of recorded human history happens in the last 14 seconds of the year. We are so recent, so new, and yet we can comprehend billions of years. We can think backward to the beginning. You contain that vastness. You hold all that time in your understanding. Rest in your cosmic significance. Several times a year, Earth passes through streams of debris left by comets. When those tiny particles hit our atmosphere, they burn up, creating meteor showers, streaks of light across the night sky. Each meteor is just a grain of dust, sometimes no bigger than a sand grain, but moving so fast, burning so bright, that it lights up the whole sky for a moment. Even small things can be brilliant. Even brief things can be beautiful. Even fleeting moments can matter. Your small kindnesses are meteors. Your brief connections are shooting stars. They matter more than you know. In the deepest reaches of space, between galaxy clusters, the silence is absolute. No particles to vibrate, no medium to carry sound. Just perfect, endless quiet, but it's not empty. Dark matter is there. Dark energy is there. The fabric of space-time itself is there, curved by distant masses, stretched by cosmic expansion. Silence is an emptiness. Quiet is an absence. Sometimes the most profound things are invisible and silent. Let the silence comfort you. Let the quiet hold you. Let the invisible support you. You're almost there now. Almost asleep. Almost at your rest. Almost at peace. Let the last thoughts drift away like stars setting behind a hill. Let your breathing become automatic. Let your body become weightless. The universe is infinite. The night is eternal. And you are safe. Just let go. Just sleep. Just rest. All is well. Some asteroids share Jupiter's orbit, held in place by gravitational balance. They cluster at two stable points, 60 degrees ahead of and behind Jupiter. We call them Trojan asteroids. They've been there for billions of years, locked in place, traveling with Jupiter around the sun, companions, followers, part of the system. You too have companions, even when you can't see them, even when you feel alone. There are others traveling the same path, others held by the same forces. You're not alone in your orbit. Comets have two tails. One is made of dust, pushed by the pressure of sunlight. The other is made of ionized gas, pushed by the solar wind. Both always point away from the sun. Even when a comet is moving away from the sun, its tail goes in front of it. The tail doesn't follow. It leads. Sometimes what trails behind us isn't the past. Sometimes it's showing us the way forward. Sometimes our history lights our path. Let your past guide you gently. Let your experiences illuminate your way, but don't let them hold you back. Tonight, move forward into sleep, into rest, into tomorrow. In the constellation Sagittarius, there's a cloud of gas and dust called the Lagoon Nebula. It's about 4,000 light years away and contains regions where new stars are forming. The nebula glows pink and red, illuminated by the hot young stars within it. And at its center, there's a darker region, a dense cloud where stars haven't formed yet, where potential waits. Even in brightness, there are pockets of quiet. Even in activity, there are places of rest. Even in creation, there are pauses. You are allowed to be that dark pocket, that place of rest, that pause between stars. Earth rotates once every 24 hours. That's about 1,000 miles per hour at the equator. You're spinning right now, carried by the planet's rotation, and you don't feel it at all. You're also orbiting the sun at 67,000 miles per hour, and the sun is orbiting the galactic center at 450,000 miles per hour, and the Milky Way is moving through space at 1.3 million miles per hour. You are in constant motion, incredible motion, but you feel still. You feel at rest, because motion is relative, because stillness is a matter of perspective, because you can be moving and at rest at the same time. Rest now, even as the universe carries you forward. Trillions of years from now, the universe will still be making stars, but eventually the gas will run out. The last star will form, and billions of years after that, the last star will die. The universe will grow dark, cold, quiet, but not empty, not nothing. Black holes will remain, particles will remain, space itself will remain. Even endings aren't truly endings. Even conclusions are transitions. Even death is transformation. There's always something beyond, always something next, always continuation in some form. Rest in the knowledge that nothing truly ends. Everything transforms. The moon is slowly moving away from Earth, about 1.5 inches per year. It's imperceptible in a human lifetime, but over millions of years, it adds up. Eventually, billions of years from now, the moon will be so far away that total solar eclipses will no longer be possible. The moon will appear too small to cover the sun. Everything changes. Everything drifts. Even the most constant companions slowly separate. But that's billions of years away. Tonight, the moon is still close, still bright, still keeping watch over you. Let that comfort you. Let the moon's presence soothe you. Let its gentle light guide you to sleep. The oldest light in the universe comes from about 380,000 years after the Big Bang. Before that, the universe was too hot and dense for light to travel freely, but when it cooled enough, light could finally escape. That light has been traveling ever since, stretched by the expansion of the universe from visible light into microwaves. It fills all of space. It's everywhere. You are bathed in the oldest light, surrounded by the echo of the beginning, held by the first photons that could travel free. That ancient light has been waiting billions of years to reach you, to surround you, to hold you. Rest in that ancient embrace. The darkest place ever measured is a region of space far from any galaxies. There, the darkness is almost absolute. Only the faint cosmic microwave background provides any illumination. But even there, even in that deepest dark, there is still light, still radiation, still something rather than nothing. Even in your darkest moments, there is still light, still warmth, still something. You are never in absolute darkness. There is always a glimmer, always a glow, always hope. Take one more deep breath. Feel it. Fill your lungs. Feel it. Expand your chest and release it slowly. Let it carry away the last of your tension. Your body is ready for sleep. Your mind is quiet. Your spirit is calm. There's nothing left to do, nothing left to think, nothing left to hold. Just this, just now, just rest. We've journeyed far tonight through galaxies and nebulae, past planets and moons, through time and space. You've heard about ancient light in distant worlds, about the birth of stars and the death of galaxies, about the vastness of space and the intimacy of atoms. And through it all, there's been one constant: you, here, present, breathing, existing. You are stardust that learned to think. You are the universe experiencing itself. You are ancient and new. You are vast and intimate. You are everything and nothing. And tonight, you are resting. Let sleep take you now. Let it wrap around you like a nebula. Let it hold you like gravity. Let it carry you like the solar wind. You are safe. You are held. You are exactly where you need to be. And so we return from the farthest reaches of space, from the depths of time, from the heart of stars. We come back to this moment, to this room, to this night. Above you, the stars are still shining. The galaxies are still spinning. The universe is still expanding. Everything continues. Everything persists. Everything endures. And you are part of that. Part of the great continuity, part of the cosmic story. Your atoms were forged in stars. Your molecules were shaped by Earth. Your consciousness emerged from billions of years of evolution. You are ancient and precious. You are temporary and eternal. You are small and infinite. Thank you for traveling with me tonight. Thank you for listening. Thank you for being here. If this journey brought you peace, if these words helped you rest, I'd love to hear about it. Leave a comment. Share what helps you, suggest where we should travel next. The universe is vast, and there are endless stories to tell. And if you'd like more of these journeys, more gentle trips through the cosmos, more science wrapped in starlight, consider subscribing, joining us here in this quiet corner of the internet where science meets sleep, where facts meet dreams. But for now, there's nothing to do, nowhere to go, nothing to remember. Just sleep. Let the stars watch over you. Let the universe hold you. Let the cosmic dark be a blanket, soft and infinite. Rest now, traveler. Rest deeply. Rest completely. Until we meet again among the stars. Good night, a world completely alien to us. There are familiar patterns. Rain, rivers, seas. The universe repeats its themes over and over in endless variation. There is comfort in patterns, in cycles, in the knowledge that some things continue no matter where you are. Something enormous is pulling our galaxy and thousands of others toward it. We can't see it directly. It's hidden behind the plane of the Milky Way, but we can measure its effect. Galaxies are flowing toward it like water toward a drain. We call it the Great Attractor. And beyond that, there's something even larger, the Shapley Super. Hundreds of millions of solar masses pulling everything nearby toward it. The universe is in motion. Everything is moving, flowing, drawn by invisible forces toward destinations we can't fully see. You too are moving, flowing towards something. Even when you can't see where you're going, you're being carried, guided, held. Trust the motion, trust the flow, rest in the journey. When a star like our sun finally exhausts its fuel, it sheds its outer layers and leaves behind a dense core called a white dwarf. This is what's left, the ember of a once bright star. White dwarfs are small, about the size of Earth, but incredibly dense. They glow with leftover heat, slowly cooling over billions of years. Eventually, they'll fade to black dwarfs, cold and dark. But that takes so long that no black dwarfs exist yet. The universe isn't old enough. Even the endings of stars take forever. Even death is slow in the cosmos. Patient, gentle. There is time. There is always time. You can rest. At the very edge of our solar system, far beyond Pluto, there's a vast cloud of icy objects. Billions of them, maybe trillions, each one slowly orbiting the sun. This is the UR8's cloud. It's so far away that sunlight there is almost indistinguishable from starlight. The sun is just another star in the sky. The objects there move so slowly that it takes them millions of years to complete a single orbit. This is the quiet frontier, the boundary between what we know and the vast unknown beyond, the edge of home. Even at the edge, there is peace. Even at the boundary, there is stillness. The universe is gentle, even at its extremes. Some planets orbit so close to their stars that their atmospheres boil away. We call them hot Jupiters, giant planets circling their suns in just days or hours. They're tidally locked, always showing the same face to their star, with one side in eternal scorching daylight and the other in permanent night. On these worlds, winds scream at thousands of miles per hour, carrying heat from the day side to the night side. It never stops, never rests. But here, on Earth, there is balance. There is night and day. There are seasons. There is time to rest. You are not on a hot Jupiter. You are here, where rest is possible, where sleep is safe, where the night is gentle. Close your eyes. Let the night hold you. The largest known concentration of galaxies in the nearby universe is the Shapley Super. It contains over 8,000 galaxies. Imagine that. 8,000 galaxies, each containing billions of stars, all clustered together in one enormous structure. From our perspective, it's just a patch of sky, a direction among many. But contained in that direction is more matter, more energy, more complexity than the human mind can truly comprehend. The universe is so much larger than us. And that's okay. That's comforting. Even our problems are small in comparison. Our worries are fleeting. Let the vastness take your burdens. Let them dissolve into the cosmic scale. In any system where two massive objects orbit each other, like the Earth and the Moon, or the Earth and the Sun, there are 5 special points where gravity balances perfectly. We call them Lagrange points. At these points, a smaller object can stay in place relative to the 2 larger ones, held in equilibrium no fuel needed. No effort required. Just balance. Just rest. The James Webb Space Telescope sits at one of these points, balanced between the Earth and the Sun, looking out into deep space. You too can find your balance point, your place of rest, where you don't need to push or struggle, where you can simply be held. Tonight, imagine you're at your own Lagrange point, perfectly balanced, perfectly still, perfectly at peace. Globular clusters are ancient spherical collections of stars, sometimes hundreds of thousands of them, that orbit galaxies like satellites. They're among the oldest objects in the universe, nearly as old as the cosmos itself. The stars in a globular cluster are packed so tightly that if you lived on a planet there, your night sky would be filled with stars brighter than our full moon. Hundreds of them. The night would never be truly dark, but it wouldn't be harsh. It would be gentle. A soft glow, like living inside a chandelier of distant suns. Imagine that sky. Imagine that light. Imagine being held by so many stars, so much ancient, patient light on Neptune and Uranus, deep in the atmosphere where the pressure is immense. Scientists believe it rains diamonds. The carbon in the methane gets compressed by the pressure until it crystallizes, forming diamonds that fall slowly through the layers of gas. Somewhere in the cosmos right now, diamonds are falling through clouds of hydrogen and helium, drifting down through alien skies. The universe is stranger and more wonderful than we can imagine. Full of surprises, full of impossible beauty. Let that thought delight you. Let it soften you. Let it remind you that wonder is always possible. Let your thoughts drift like stars across a quiet sky. You don't need to hold on to them. You don't need to follow them. Just let them pass. Watch them go. Your breathing is slow and steady. Your body is heavy and relaxed. The universe is holding you. The night is keeping you safe. If sleep comes, welcome it. If it doesn't come yet, that's okay too. There's no rush, no pressure, just peace, just rest. All is well. There's a region of the sky we can't see clearly. It's hidden behind the thick band of our own Milky Way galaxy. We call it the zone of avoidance. Behind all that gas and dust, there could be anything. Galaxies we've never seen, clusters, superclusters, entire structures hidden from view. Sometimes it's okay not to see everything. Sometimes mystery is a gift. Sometimes not knowing is part of the beauty. You don't need to understand everything. You don't need to have all the answers. You can rest in uncertainty. You can be at peace with mystery. Our sun is active and turbulent. Magnetic fields twist and snap. Plasma loops up and falls back. Sometimes enormous bursts of energy erupt from the surface. Solar flares. These flares release as much energy as billions of nuclear bombs. And yet, from here, they're just brief, bright spots on the sun. We're far enough away to be safe, far enough to be sheltered. The universe contains immense energies, tremendous forces. But you are safe here, protected, held at just the right distance. You can rest. Nothing here will harm you tonight. Jupiter has a storm that has been raging for at least 400 years, maybe longer. It's called the Great Red Spot, and it's so large that 3 Earths could fit inside it. For centuries of continuous storms, winds howling at hundreds of miles per hour, and yet, slowly, it's shrinking. Slowly, even this eternal storm is calming. Everything eventually calms. Everything, in time, finds peace. Even the most persistent turbulence eventually stills. Your own storms will calm, too. Your own turbulence will settle. Rest while you can. Let tonight be a moment of calm. We've found thousands of planets orbiting other stars, and many of those planets probably have moons, exomoons, worlds orbiting stars. Imagine an exomoon orbiting a gas giant in some distant solar system. From the surface of that moon, you would see your planet hanging in the sky, huge, banded with colors, surrounded by rings perhaps, and beyond it a sun different from ours, maybe redder, maybe bluer. Every clear night, you would see your planet above you, a companion, a constant presence, a reminder that you're not alone. Wherever you are in the universe, you're accompanied, you're part of a system. You belong. Our solar system sits inside a region of space called the local bubble, a cavity in the interstellar medium about 1,000 light years across. It was created millions of years ago by supernova, which blew away the gas and dust, leaving a relatively empty region. We're in a bubble, a clearing, a quiet space in the cosmic forest. And in this clearing, life emerged. Consciousness arose. You exist. Sometimes the emptiest places become the most special. Sometimes the quiet spaces are where the most beautiful things happen. Rest in your clearing. Rest in your quiet space. If you're still awake, that's okay. The universe has more to show you, more wonders to share, but there's no pressure. No need to stay alert. You can drift. You can let the words become just sounds, just rhythm. Your eyelids can be heavy. Your breathing can slow. Your thoughts can blur and soften. The stars will keep shining whether you're watching or not. And tomorrow, they'll still be there. For now, just rest. Just let go. In the early universe, there were objects so bright they outshone entire galaxies. Quasars. They're powered by supermassive black holes consuming matter at incredible rates. As the matter spirals in, it heats up and glows with the light of trillions of suns. The nearest quasar is billions of light years away. So far that when we look at them, we're seeing the universe as it was when it was young, when galaxies were still forming, when the cosmos was still finding its shape. Even the brightest objects fade with distance. Even the most intense phenomena become gentle points of light when seen from far enough away. Distance brings peace. Time brings perspective. Rest brings healing. For spacecraft have left our solar system and entered interstellar space Voyager 1. Voyager 2, Pioneer Death, and Pioneer 11. They're traveling through the space between stars now, carrying messages from Earth in case anyone ever finds them. They'll drift through the darkness for millions of years, maybe billions, silent, patient, carrying a piece of humanity with them. We are explorers. We are curious. We reach out into the unknown, but we also know when to rest, when to be still, when to simply exist without striving. Tonight, you don't need to explore. You don't need to reach. You can simply be, simply rest. The heliopause is the boundary where the solar wind from our sun meets the interstellar medium. It's where our sun's influence ends and the space between stars begins. Beyond that boundary, the particles streaming from our sun can't reach. The magnetic field fades. We're in a different realm, a different domain. Every system has its boundaries. Every story has its edges. And beyond those edges, there's something else, something new. You are safe within your boundaries. You are held within your own system. You don't need to venture beyond tonight. You can rest here in the familiar, in the safe. You are held by gravity, by the earth beneath you, by the atmosphere above you, by the magnetic field that shields you from space, by the sun that warms you, by the galaxy that holds the sun. Layer upon layer of protection, layer upon layer of care. You are held, you are safe, you are exactly where you need to be. Let go. Let yourself be held. Let the universe carry you. Rest now, deeply, completely, safely. Not quite stars, not quite planets. Brown dwarfs occupy a strange middle ground. They're too small to sustain full hydrogen fusion like stars, but too large to be called planets. They glow dimly with leftover heat from their formation, slowly cooling over billions of years. They drift through space, quiet and unassuming, not bright enough to light up the darkness, but present nonetheless, existing in their own way. You don't need to be the brightest. You don't need to outshine anyone. You can exist quietly. You can glow in your own way. You can simply be, and that is enough. On the largest scales, galaxies aren't scattered randomly through space. They're arranged in a pattern, a vast web of filaments and clusters separated by enormous voids. We call it the cosmic web. Imagine threads of light stretching across the darkness, connecting, intersecting, creating patterns that span billions of light. Everything is connected. Everything is part of a larger pattern. You too are part of that web, part of that pattern, a thread in the cosmic tapestry. You are woven into something beautiful, something ancient, something vast. Many moons are tidally locked to their planets. This means they always show the same face. Our own moon is tidally locked to Earth. That's why we only ever see one side of it from our surface. There's a comfort and consistency in showing the same face, in maintaining a steady presence. You don't always have to change. You don't always have to adapt. Sometimes it's okay to be steady, to be constancy, to be reliably yourself. Rest in your consistency. Rest in being who you are. Hydrogen is the most abundant element in the universe. It makes up about 75% of all normal matter. It's the simplest atom, just one proton, one electron, and from this simplicity, everything else is built. In the cores of stars, hydrogen fuses into helium, helium fuses into carbon, carbon into oxygen, and so on. Building the elements one by one, complexity emerges from simplicity, beauty emerges from the basic. The extraordinary emerges from the ordinary. You don't need to be complicated. You don't need to be extraordinary to be valuable. You are valuable in your simplicity, in your basic being. When sun-like stars die, they create planetary nebulae, glowing shells of gas expelled into space. These nebulae come in incredible shapes: rings, butterflies, hourglasses, each one unique. They glow in shades of red, green, and blue, illuminated by the white dwarf at their center, and they expand slowly, dissipating into space over thousands of years, returning their material to the cosmos. Even endings can be beautiful. Even farewells can be graceful. When we let go, we give back. We return what we borrowed. We complete the cycle. There is peace in that. There is beauty in that. Let sleep come like twilight, slowly, gently, naturally. Don't chase it. Don't force it. Just let it arrive in its own time. Your body knows how to rest. Your mind knows how to quiet. You don't need to control it. You don't need to try. Just be. Just breathe. Just exist in this peaceful moment. The universe is vast and patient, and so can you be. Rest now. Let everything else fade away. In 1995, the Hubble Space Telescope pointed at a tiny, seemingly empty patch of sky, just a small dark region between stars. For 10 days, it gathered light, and what it revealed shocked astronomers. That tiny patch of nothing contained thousands of galaxies, galaxies upon galaxies, stretching back to near the beginning of time. Each galaxy containing billions of stars. Even where there seems to be nothing, there is abundance. Even in the emptiest spaces, there is richness. Even in darkness, there is light. You just have to wait and look closely. You contain multitudes. You contain richness. Even in your quiet moments. Even when you feel empty. When massive objects like black holes or neutron stars spiral together, they create ripples in space-time itself. Gravitational waves. These ripples travel across the universe at the speed of light, stretching and squeezing space as they pass. We've detected them now, felt the tremors of cosmic collisions that happened millions or billions of years ago. The universe is ringing like a bell, and we're finally learning to hear it. Everything creates ripples. Everything has effects that spread outward. Your existence matters. Your presence creates ripples in the lives around you in ways you may never fully see. You matter. You have an effect. You are felt. At the center of our galaxy, there's a supermassive black hole. It's called Sagittarius A star. It has the mass of 4 million suns compressed into a region smaller than our solar system. Stars orbit it at incredible speeds. One star completes an orbit in just 16 years, traveling at 5,000 kilometers per second. And yet, from here, 26,000 light years away, we're perfectly safe. We can observe it, study it, marvel at it, but we're far enough away that its gravity doesn't affect us. You can acknowledge the dark things, the heavy things, the intense things, but you don't have to be consumed by them. You can maintain a safe distance. You can observe without being pulled in. We're halfway through the night now, halfway through our journey. The universe has shown you wonders, ancient light. Just in words, cosmic forces. If you're still awake, your eyelids are probably growing heavy. Your thoughts are probably slowing. That's good. That's natural. If you've been drifting in and out of sleep, that's perfect. Let yourself float in that peaceful in-between space. You don't need to decide whether to sleep or wake. Just exist in the moment. The second half of our journey will be just as gentle, just as peaceful. There's no rush, nowhere to be, nothing to accomplish. Just rest. Just be. Saturn's rings are made of countless pieces of ice and rock, ranging from tiny grains to house-sized boulders. They're incredibly thin, sometimes only 30 feet thick, but they stretch out for hundreds of thousands of miles. From a distance, they look solid, permanent, but up close, they're in constant motion. Each particle following its own orbit, colliding, reforming, dancing. What looks stable from far away is actually dynamic, always moving, always changing. And that's okay. That's how things work. You two are in motion, changing, growing, and from a distance, you'll look just as beautiful as Saturn's rings. Light travels at 186,000 miles per second. But your thoughts, they move across your brain at about 250 miles per hour compared to light. They're incredibly slow. And yet, in those slow neural signals, entire universes of thought exist. Memories, dreams, emotions, creativity, speed isn't everything. Sometimes the slow things are the most profound. Tonight, let your thoughts move even slower. Let them become lazy, drift, dreamlike. There's no rush. Your brain deserves to slow down. When the New Horizons spacecraft flew past Pluto in 2015, it revealed something unexpected. A giant heart-shaped region of ice on Pluto's surface. Scientists named it Tombo Regio, after Pluto's discoverer, but everyone calls it Pluto's heart. You are made of stardust. You are woven into the fabric of space. You are held by gravity. You are illuminated by ancient light. You are surrounded by atoms forged in stellar cores. You are breathing oxygen created in dying stars. You are part of this. You belong to this. You are this. You are loved by the cosmos not in a sentimental way, but in a fundamental way. You are made of it. You are its expression. You are the universe experiencing itself, knowing itself, resting itself. You are safe. You are home. You are exactly where you need to be. Good night.